This is my first ever public FNAF theory, and I'm both excited and terrified. Most of my evidence for this theory will be drawn from FNAF Sister Location, the FNAF movie, and the story Dittophobia from the Tales from the Pizzaplex anthology series. Today, I'd like to propose the idea that Michael Afton isn't the heroic figure we've often considered him to be, but rather he was an accomplice to the crimes committed by his father, William Afton. To begin, let's take a look back at the ending of FNAF Sister Location. Specifically, I want to take a look at the dialogue from Michael if you complete the Golden Freddy mode in Custom Night.
Father, it's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
What is first of importance is the implication that Michael was sent to the Sister Location bunker by William. Michael was clearly given instructions to put Elizabeth back together. It is also heavily implied that William has already been springlocked, as Michael has made it his mission to find William, suggesting that he has vanished and perhaps left this task for Michael in the event of his untimely demise. One last important detail is that Michael is very likely well into his adult life, as the animatronics, one being possessed by Michael's sister, mistake Michael for William. This tells us so much about the game's placement and the timeline, and yet tells us so little. What it does tell us, however, is that Michael was actively working alongside William as an adult in some capacity. If we assume that Foxy Bro from FNAF 4 is Michael Afton, I do have a potential explanation for why Michael would be aiding William in the first place. This explanation comes from the story Dittophobia from the Tales of the Pizzaplex anthology series. This story has become easily one of the most discussed pieces of FNAF lore in recent times, as it provides explicit details for what the gameplay of FNAF 4 actually is. To provide a summary, a child named Rory is experiencing nightmares very similar to those seen during the night segments of the fourth FNAF installment. As the story unfolds, Rory discovers that he's been reliving the same night over and over for years, and is significantly older than he remembers being. Canisters of hallucinogenic gas are being poured into the room, keeping him trapped in this looping nightmare world. Rory also discovers that his home is linked to the Sister Location bunker, where he is being observed and surveilled. Those are the key details you really need to know for this theory. If you recall, the FNAF 4 house is seen being surveilled in the entered night of Sister Location, very similarly to what is seen in Dittophobia. We also know that the player character of FNAF 4 is Michael Afton, as he draws the nightmare animatronics, who were results of the hallucinogenic gas inside the logbook. So, what does this mean? Well, as punishment for the crying child's death, I believe that William would subject Michael to endless torment within the nightmare gas chambers, reliving the same nightmares over and over and over again. William, while working in the Sister Location bunker, would supervise Michael's torment utilizing the camera system, potentially even worsening Michael's experience given his control of the situation. This torment likely began in 1983, shortly following the death of the crying child. This torment would, similarly to Rory's from Dittophobia, last for years. In my view, it seems likely that William allowed Michael freedom from these nightmares, but at a cost. William informed Michael that his servitude would be the price for freedom, and as a result, the broken Michael Afton would do everything his father asked. One day, however, William would not return home, and Michael would uncover a note from William that informed Michael that Elizabeth's soul had been preserved in the very chambers that sourced Michael's unending torment. Michael, caring for his sister, would seek her in this Sister Location bunker. Upon finding Elizabeth, Michael then turned his sights to his father, seeking revenge for the years of suffering he had endured. Of course, the dialogue from Sister Location's ending is the only evidence we have for Michael's servitude to William. Or is it? In 2023's highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's movie, we see an alternate timeline where character dynamics are flipped around and everything is still coated in a veil of mystery. However, William Afton does have a child in this timeline, an adult woman named Vanessa, who works alongside William under the threat of harm. When Vanessa disobeys William, he ends up stabbing her. I believe that the dynamic between Movie William and Movie Vanessa is a direct parallel to the dynamic that William and Michael Afton held in the games. And that is my theory. Obviously, it isn't perfect, but I feel like the topics discussed in this video could pave the way for future speculation. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a nice day.